Hi guys, today is August 16, 2022. So I think this is a really good one that I can share with you guys because once one of my friends, she asked me, hey Anita, how many baking stuffs that you have? And I said, wow, that's a lot. And then I was like, okay, I probably can make one episode for all the things that I have. So there you go. Basically, it is all the baking stuff that I have now, and it's getting more and more and more and more. Yep, this is a whole. And I'm gonna show you what do they have for my baking and why I have that one. So the first one, for sure, I just bought it last year because I was going to make the brioche and then I couldn't manage it by my hand mixer, so I decided to buy it, which is a KitchenAid stand mixer. The one that I have is this one, tilt head stand mixer. So I bought this one from Best Buy when it was on sale. I think it's around $325 including tax. Yeah, and I use it I think 3 times so far. Yeah, not a lot. And right now, because I took a course called Artisan Bread Baking course, so I didn't use mixer a lot recently. I use my hand instead. Yeah. It's a really sturdy one. And this is my favorite hand mixer because I have been using this one for 2 years. I basically made everything like cake, all my pastry stuff. I love this one. Tiramisu or cheesecake. Yeah, it's really handy. I really like it. And I bought Toastmaster because it's cheap. And at that time I didn't have enough money to buy all the baking stuff, so I have this one. And this is a shaker. I found it's really good to use for everything. Yeah, sometimes I use this as I put the milk powder there to milk the whole milk as an ingredient for my baking stuff. Yeah. Pyrex, I really love this measuring cup. It's really durable, it's heavy, but it's microwave safe and it's really good. I knew this one because my previous roommate Molly used this one, so I knew this brand and I bought it. It's so good. I really like it. Every time I use it when I bake something. I know this is like a coffee maker. I use this one just make I make tiramisu because I need an espresso, so usually I use this one. And I learned how to use this one from my Spanish friend Elena. Thank you, Elena. And it's really funny to use when I first time to use this mocha pot, because when you put your ground coffee in between and hot water, and the coffee will come out from this hole. So yeah, I really like it. Okay, and I also have this cake decorating set. I bought this one from the Gourmet Warehouse on Heston Street. It's really you have many options over here. So when I want to decorate my cake, I have different options right here. Yeah. This is for blade and is oven safe. Right now, yeah, I haven't used it for any pudding so far, but I think I'm gonna use it for like blade in the future if I make it. Yeah, it's small, it's really handy. I found it's really convenient. Okay, obviously I have so many cake mold over here. This one basically is for the cake, strawberry cake that I made before last year for my birthday. It was so fun. It was so challenging, but it was so fun. And by the way, French cake is so difficult. Yeah. And I have this brioche mold. I love it. I also bought this one, and this springform cake mold from the Gourmet Warehouse on Hastings Street in Vancouver. So yeah, I make brioche from this one because this is made of steel, so the bread that I made wouldn't stick on top of it. Yeah, I still use melted butter, but it works well, like it. And springform cake mold for sure. This is a French brand called the Creuset. It's durable, I like it, heavy and good quality. And I also have Medallion cake mold for sure. I think I made chocolate flavor and lemon flavor last year many times, but this year I haven't done anything yet. Yeah, but it's really easy to carry it. Okay, for sure I have the muffin cake mold. I use this one not only for muffin cake but also sometimes for the egg tart, or yeah, it's really fun to use it. Any bread that I want to make it small, I can use this one. And I also have different sizes for the loaf pan. This is the very tiny one. So last week I made the dark chocolate bread as a gift for my friends. This is really handy. I bought it from my class because I joined the Vancouver Pastry Training Center of Vancouver. So these three were on sale. I bought it. It's really good quality because it's commercial use. And I also bought this one. Yeah, I would say you can see the difference. I bought this one first when I needed for baking a loaf. This is from IKEA. And I will say the biggest difference between these two, because even though they are all non-stick coating, but this one you still can see the quality that once I brush it or wash it, you can see the painting is gone. Yeah, so well, you get what you pay for. And this one is, it cost me like I think $38 something, and it is still, and it's good quality, and I know how to clean it through the owner, so she recommended me just use hot water, no soap something, because I will damage the surface. So yeah, it worked pretty well so far. So see, I have so many loaf pans because I bake a lot. I need them. Okay, and I have this tart mold, and I bought this one mainly because this cat is so cute. This Spencer, yeah. Well, I don't really bake for tart, but I bought this one because this cat, love it. Okay, and then I have so many measuring cups over here. I think I bought this one from Simon's. Yeah, it's like sustainable product, so that's why I bought it. And I have these containers for my flowers or honey when I make bread. I got this one because I went to Canucks game last year. Yeah, I love hockey games. Okay, and I also have this. Oops. I also have this perforated mat. I didn't know this one perforated tray until I joined the class 2 months ago. Yeah, I already finished my class, but this is, you see, like you can breathe, and then it's good for baking bread, and yeah, you have more moist or steam can come in for your bread. Yeah, and this is just a baking mat. I use it many times, as you can see, full of sand and really oily, because there's if you use butter, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I bought this one from Think Kitchen. This baking mat. And I also have this perforated tray. Again, I didn't know about the difference between the perforated tray and the typical tray that I've been used for many years. And this perforated tray is good for baking bread, because again, when you bake the bread at home, the steam can come from the bottom to top, and then your bread can have all the steam. So mainly I use this one mainly for bread baking. Yeah, I learned this one from my baking professional artisan bread baking course too. Yeah, like it. And for sure I have this cooling rack. So I bought this one from IKEA, and then you can also extend this one. Okay. There you go. It works well so far. I like it. And I also have this big size for the baking mat. So when I make something, or I'm using for like cookies, it's really good to use if your countertop is dirty and then you don't want to damage your countertop. Yeah, and you can see there's some different sizes over here, so that's why I have it. Okay, for sure, because I have this oven mitts. I think I bought it from Dollarama. I really love it because I didn't know baking at all before I came to Canada. But right now, because of Canada, so I'm really into baking and cooking, and I use it every single time when I bake something or cook something that I put inside the oven. Yeah, love it. And next one is my baguette linen. So I didn't know I can make baguette by using this linen, and yeah, haven't used it yet. I bought this one from my school, so Pastry Training Center of Vancouver. Yeah, this is for baguette. And for sure I also have my apron. So you see it's really dirty because I baked it a few days ago. This is the apron from my school as well, Pastry Training Center of Vancouver. Well, I didn't take the pastry class there. I took the professional artisan bread baking course. It's really worth it. And for sure I have this cake boards. I bought this one from the Gourmet Warehouse, again from Hastings Street as well. Yes, this is funny part. I have this one. These are the lava rocks. Well, I was so lucky. One of my classmates called Jessica, she gave me from the class that we took it together, and I think she bought it from Home Depot or Canadian Tire, I forgot. But the purpose of lava rocks is to get the steam. So when you bake the bread, if you want to get your bread more moist and not super dry, you can preheat your oven with this lava rock in your oven first, and then when you want to bake your bread, you put the ice cubes on top. So when the ice cube on top of it, all the steam come out, and then your bread will have that steam, and then with really good quality result. Yeah, I didn't know this one until I took the course again. Yeah, lava rocks, interesting. And for sure, I have my kitchen scale. I use this one every single time, and so far it works well. I did buy one from IKEA, but it was terrible. Don't buy that. Don't buy that one. Yeah. And this one, I think I bought it from Canadian Tire. It's okay, not bad, but I think I will probably invest in a new one, more accurate. Yeah. Okay, come over here. I have so many tools. We will come to here later on. I have an oval shelf of the proofing basket for sure. The round proofing basket. I bake sourdough bread or like the different type of bread from this one. I bought this one from Winners I think in downtown Vancouver. Yeah, that one just on the same building with Base Buy. And I bought this one mixing bowls from, I think from Vancouver, like I forgot about the name. Yeah, but this mixing bowl, usually I use it every time too. I have this again Pyrex baking tray. I think this one is good for tiramisu or lasagna. Yeah. I also have this one turning table. This is for cake decoration. So I bought that one from the Gourmet Warehouse again. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Gourmet Warehouse. Okay, and I also have this chocolate pearl melting pot from one of my friends. I haven't used it, but last year I was so into tempered chocolate, but I ended up buying the wrong chocolate, so I didn't like make it right, and then I probably will redo it because right now I have the right chocolate. And up here I have so many cookie stuff. I will show you guys later. So let's get back to this one. Obviously I have so many things over here. So I bought this bean from Winners as well. It's like a trap. You couldn't go to Winners because every time they have so many different type of the things I want there. So yeah, I try not to, but it's I know it's hard when you like to bake. You have so many things you want. So I have 3 spatulas here. This is the first one that I have. I bought this one is that because I can remove it, but I haven't used it for a while because it's so hard to use and it's so hard to clean. Yeah. This is the second one that my friend gave it to me. It's so handy. I really love it. I use it every single time. It's so sturdy. Yeah, cute. Lastly, I bought this one. I think it's pretty expensive. Yeah, 28 bucks. And I found the reason why it's so expensive because this can bear high temperature. So it's good for baking or cooking. That's why I have it. Yeah. Spatulas for sure. If you like baking, you need to use this one. And I have thermometer. I use this one to calculate the DDT, to check the DDT, dove desired temperature. Again, I learned this one. I really want to have a thermometer for a while, but I didn't get it until I took the course, and I realized that if you want to manage your bread production, you need to manage your temperature. So that's why I have this one. Yeah. And for sure I have this, I would say, dough cutter. I use it every single time. I bought this one from the Gourmet Warehouse. Yeah, I use this one every single time too. And for sure I have this rolling pin. It's so thin. Actually I have another one, but I love it. The touch is small, and I bought it from TNT. I think it's super cheap. It's like $9 or something. I forgot. But yeah, I use it for my croissants or anything like dumplings, something like that. Yeah, small, tiny, and I love it. And I also bought this one. I think it's used for baking as well. Yeah, it's made in France. Yeah. And I have this ice cream scoop. I use this one to make some of the, I think, muffin or something for cooking as well. I think I bought this one from Superstore. Yeah. It's good to use, and I love the handle. It's very comfortable. Okay, for sure I have a scissor to use every single time when I need to cut something. And okay, I have this one and this one. So originally I wanted to find something that I can do my egg wash, and I found two. So these two are all from IKEA. So actually this is a barbecue brush, but I think it's soft, so I use this one. But I think they had a new product last year, so I bought this one. It's really thin, delicate, and it's good for egg wash. So far it works well, so yeah, I use this one for my egg wash. And of course I have my different size of offset spatula. One is a tiny one is like the normal size. I use this one because if you want to decorate your cake, you need to have different sizes. Yeah, offset spatulas. Yeah. And I also have so many whisks. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have 3. So I want to have this small one because sometimes you don't really need a big one, and you really need to whisk for a while and very small portions. So that's why I have this one. I bought this set from IKEA too. I totally forgot where did I get this one, but yeah, whisk. You need to have it for baking. Okay, and I also have this small strainer. I think I just bought it probably a few months ago, because if you want to put some cocoa powder or matcha powder or sugar powder on top of your baking stuff, you need this small tiny one. Yeah. I do have like the big strainer, like a colander too, but this one is good for when you want to sieve your flour, or yeah, it's really handy. I like it. And what else I have? Oh, I have measuring tape. Yeah, that's fun. I got this from IKEA too. And the reason why I need this measuring tape is because sometimes when you make croissants or when you make some baking stuff, you have to measure the length so you can have equal portion. That's why I have this measuring tape. And what else? Oh, this is good for cut your Oh, I bought this one because, like I said last year, I was so into tempered chocolate. So this one can make different shapes of chocolate, tempered chocolate. That's why I have it. Yeah, and you can use it as a dough cutter as well. Yeah. And I also have this cake holder that you can take out your cake. Yeah, use it every time as well. Okay, lastly, I have all the attachments for my stand mixer. 3 of them. Yeah, actually I was so afraid they would break someday. Yeah, so I put over there. Yeah, they're good. Okay, so let's move on to the last part that I have. In a second, let me put them back because I have so many, you're baking, you probably need a big place for storage in all your tools. Yeah, it's crazy. I know, it's a hole and then never stop. And then when you go shopping, if you see something that you like, you just couldn't stop buying. Oh my god, baking. Okay, lastly, I have this one. They are all cookie cutters. So I have for sure the Christmas version, Christmas tree, can star. I also have some baking cups over here, simple one, and more. I also have the round one. I bought it from the Asis, from IKEA as well. This is really good. You can make a lot of cookie from this round shape. Right, different sizes. Good. And I also have this one. I bought this one from Taiwan, and because I want to make the traditional Taiwanese pineapple pastry, so I have this one. I think it's really hard to find this one in Canada, but I bought this one from Taiwan. I think I'm gonna use this one recently to make the traditional Taiwanese pineapple pastry. Okay, and I also have this one. This is a cat shape cookie cutter. I really like it. It's so cute. I think I bought this one from Marketplace. I really went to Maple Ridge to get this one. It's so cute. Yeah, it's good for a gift. And obviously I have this too, which are reindeer and maple leaf. Love Canada. Okay, lastly I have this bag for my Taiwanese pineapple pastry as well. This is the bag for that one. And I also have acetate for cake, and also some ribbons over here, and then cream bag. Yeah, all the supplies over here. Lastly, I have this cookie stand, so I can customize for the name or the word I want to give it to my friends. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I know that's a lot. Thanks for bearing with me, and thanks for taking your time to go over all the tools I have, and I will see you next time. Bye.